Hey guys, welcome to Strength Solutions. We're on Apple and Spotify. You can rate and view us. Now we're in the App Store, Google Play, and App Store for Apple.
Steve Jobs, watch out.
Watch out. Strength Solutions, check it out. You can sign up there and get your free assessment. We're on YouTube. Leave a comment down below. StrengthSolutionsPodcast.com. We have free blogs, free guides, and programs for purchase. Email StrengthSolutionsPodcast@gmail.com for future fitness questions. Strength Solutions Podcast for Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And I'm Strength Solutions Edwin.
I'm Strength Solutions Nathaniel.
Okay, let me tell you this amazing thing.
Let's go.
Is people are so fixated on being perfect, and also fixated on this exercise is the best. And it just seems like in everything in life, we're just trying to figure out what's the one thing.
Yeah.
In reality, there is not the one thing.
There is never one thing.
So I watch people in the gym all the time working out, and I'm like, okay, they obviously watch Jeff Nippard or they watch this person because they're like science-based and this is the best exercise. And some of the best lifters just lift consistently.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I was watching a video of Dr. Mike, I think, yesterday, and he was doing like some lateral raises. And I was like, man, if I saw somebody in the gym doing those, I think I'd say like, what are you doing, bro? Like he was all up on his tiptoes and like lifting like crazy and, arching his back to pull through. And I was like, it might be a combination of genetics. Like he might just be able to do it, but I was like, he's just lifting, bro. Like he's just grabbing some weights and doing some lateral raises and fuck it, just go.
But there is like, if I want to overload my lateral raise as much as possible, so I could send my central nervous system. So when I go to isolate later, my body can isolate better. I can see using it like that. Right?
Like I remember in the Stamps program, the Strong program, there's like a part of it where you do cheek curls. And I remember thinking to myself, like, why would they have cheek curls in here? Like as a real exercise part of this, and, cause you're swinging and you're kind of like pulling up the weight and you're lifting and you're doing it multiple times and over and over. And, for strongman, there is a lot of swinging and pulling and just getting weight up, and that's just like part of it. I was listening to a book yesterday. I wasn't reading. Okay. So I don't read. Okay, keeping that going.
Yeah. Remember, he doesn't read the studies. I just send them for no reason.
Yeah, I just listen to them. If you send me an audio, I'd listen to it. But this, it's a fiction book. But the guy was talking about something that his mom had told him, and he was like saying that she had said in life, rarely things happen the way that you want them to, and when they do happen the way you want them to, rarely it's like what you thought it was going to be. And, I think that kind of reminded me sort of, we relate everything back to fitness and stuff. And it's like, you think you want this, right? You think that this is going to be the right way to do it. You think it's going to, finally make the difference in your lifts or in your strength, or finally you're going to build muscle or whatever. But most of the time it may not be what you need. It may not end up the way that you expected it to. And there's never just that one thing, it's multiple avenues.
Yeah. It's like when I see people and then they're like, this one thing will fix pain. It's because you're out of alignment here. And I'm like, there's so much nuance that goes into it. You were dealing with it earlier today.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, well, it could be this, this, and this. As you work out, give me more answers and I can give you
at this point, answer. Like we were talking about it, and we've been working on this for like a year or so, like trying to figure it out. And it's finally starting to uncover like, oh, okay, I think this is what's actually happening. This is what I truly believe is going on and stuff, because it's even hard when you're talking to someone who's going through a pain or whatever. And they may not even know how to explain it to you properly. Right. Like, in this case, it's mostly been around the knee and the hip. And it's my knee really hurts, my hip really hurts, this, that. The other day they just told me like, now my calf is really bothering me. And I was like, really? And we talked about it more and more and more. And I was like, now it's all making sense. Like it's starting to finally put together. I don't think it's what we talk about often where, you may
in your defense, you don't see this person lift.
I don't see this person lift almost ever. Yeah. I rarely get to see them. It'd be easier if you saw them. Yeah. And today, just seeing it, I was like, oh, okay, I think this is what's going on. But we just don't really get to see it.
You told them you shop too much at the West Market.
Yeah. I was like, let's just do the calf raise, dude. It's not that hard. But yeah, and it's like, okay, now I can finally start to get a picture of what this is looking like and how to fix it. And there is no one thing that's going to fix it. There's no one magic stretch that's going to make it go away.
But imagine if they would have lifted it with you consistently. You probably would have solved it in a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, we would have been able to avoid it altogether. But it is what it is, and we'll get it going. But you said something good there too. We were looking at an email from one of our friends the other day, and they had said something in there that I liked. And he was like, I don't really like the term like pain free, or I don't really like the term. There was something else he said, and instead, he kind of likes these things because he was like, it's never guaranteed, like I can't guarantee that you're going to be pain free, but I can guarantee that we're going to manage it. I can guarantee that we're going to try our best to make it work better or figure out the pattern that could help. Right. But, it's just to go to show that nuance.
Yeah. I think too, even when it comes to like working out, is this expectation, this thing leads to this. Like if we're like robots,
it's
like
an equation,
it's a math equation. Humans are emotional. It's more like a book, a story. And you're going through ups and downs. You're hitting the climax. You're like, I'm amazing. Oh, and then I'm amazing. I mean, I went through this like recently, like, I was like hitting my PRs and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then I was telling you my central nervous system died. My libido died. I needed a break. I started doing more cardio. Like I know I need to do a little bit more cardio. And then today I felt my body come back alive, setting another record. And I'm like, okay. It's like a storybook. You're never going to have this like perfect scenario every single time. Ever. I mean, I like recently had someone like doing like glute bridges and they're like, how come nobody ever told me I was doing glute bridges wrong? And I was like, well, a lot of times people don't know what to even look for. And then two, maybe you just don't know how to communicate it. I just happen to have worked with a lot of people.
I can see it.
And I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it just takes a lot of work. And then today somebody walked in and I was talking about how we really work together with just average individuals and really like trying to help. And it literally brought up the Reddit that you sent me in my head about, there's a Redditor talking about like Diet Coke and Coke, and I'll let you take it from there.
So he was kind of telling a story about that he had seen this guy in like a gas station, I guess. And, this person was a little overweight and stuff. And he saw this guy, he grabbed, his big old cup getting ready to go to the soft drink machine. And he went there and he filled it up with like I don't know, probably say like 2/3 of the way with Coke Zero. Right. And then he put in like a third of just normal, your run of the mill Coca-Cola. And the guy, he was like, I thought to myself, I was like, that's so stupid. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, that's not going to make any difference. Like either don't have the soda at all or do, like you're not really going to get anywhere. And he just thought to himself like this is dumb or whatever. But he just kind of thought for a second, like maybe I'll go try it, like maybe I'll just see. So he went and he grabbed some Coke Zero, did the same thing. And he was like, you know what? I sat there, I drank it. The small amount of the sugar that was in the full sugar soda was enough to sort of like curb my, craving for it. And I reduced, how much calories I would have had if I had just gotten a whole, 32 ounce Coca-Cola. And he was like, damn, I was maybe onto something.
He started losing weight.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, this person was obese and they're doing this. They're stupid. He was also obese.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just shows a lot of this like all or nothing mentality when it comes to nutrition leads to a lot of people's failure. I know some people who yo-yo diet, they're like all in, all out. And it's just like making these small changes matter.
I wonder what it is too, because, I won't talk about it too much, but I was talking to somebody today about their relative and how they're kind of like hesitant to do a certain type of training. And it relates back to this because I wonder what the hesitancy is of just doing a little bit. Just do a little bit and it's okay. Like, hey, when we talk to clients and stuff, I'll tell them, hey, for the first month, just try to add more vegetables. Don't anything else. I don't need you to do anything else. Don't think about tracking.
And they lose weight.
Yeah. Or they just feel better or,
they feel better,
whatever it is. And it's like
leaner.
But some people, you tell them that and they're like, oh no, but I need to start now? Like I need to change everything and chicken and rice and this and this. And it's like, I don't know. Sure. But you're going to burn yourself out really quick. But it's like, I wonder what it is about people that they can't just do a little bit. You would think that'd be easier.
Yeah. And so like, I think I eased that person who came in today, like their mind. I was like, look, I literally told a client, like, just do 5 squats a day. Like, that's where you're at.
Dude, it's fine. Yeah.
It's okay. Like, that's all you need. And I was like, we're here to help the average individual. And it just makes me think about all the times of like before when I trained, I was like, damn, I was horrible.
Yeah.
I was like, all or nothing. Right, like, you know, but also we grow, right? And over time. But at the end of the day, I think the problem is in society, we forget how school really went. We forget that we had to learn how to read out letters. We had to put 2 words, 3 words together, 2 letters, 3 letters together. Then we put a couple words together. By the time you hit like 5th grade, you're actually putting sentences. Then you got to higher comprehend. And all this stuff takes time. And we act like inherently that we can just move a certain way.
And that's interesting too, that you say that like that, because you're right. I mean, no one was born knowing how to talk and do all of these things. And I brought up the example that I normally bring up about like learning a new instrument, right? If you've never touched a guitar before and you go grab it, you know, you're not going to know how to play it. But for some reason with like physical activity, people are just like, I don't know, so hard on themselves about things and not, I can't squat, you know, it's too hard. I can't do it. Or I don't even want to try because I know I'm not good at it. And it's like, yeah, of course you're not good at it. You don't do it, you know, like, and that's okay. And it's fine. Like the client that I had brought in earlier this week, it was funny because I walk out of the office because she had just walked in. And the first thing she said to me is she was like, man, I thought to myself walking in here, what did I get myself into? And I was like, no, it's not going to be crazy. You know, like I'm not going to try and kill you and stuff. But I think there's also like that, I don't know, stereotype, I guess, just of a trainer, right? Of like being someone who's
could kill
we're to crush you.
Jillian Michaels.
Yeah, Jillian Michaels. Yeah. I mean, that is, I bet, you know, like 90% of the character stereotype of a personal trainer. If you ask someone, what is a personal trainer like to you? You know, they're going to be like, oh, they're jacked and they're high energy and they're going to make you sweat and they're going to kill you and they don't care and they're going to say mean things to me and blah, blah. It's like, golly.
So like we're in the process of bringing on a new trainer.
Yeah.
And I was talking about our assessment and stuff like that. And I was like, even within the assessment, you have to do like individual things. Like if I have an athlete, I'm going to be more detailed and more controlled. And where if I have an average individual, we got to give them some grace. They're there for a different reason. And it just makes me think like, this all or nothing, like I'm trying to train everybody like an athlete mentality. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because most people don't enjoy working out.
Yeah. And they don't want to be worked out like that. Right.
And you do 30 minutes a day, 2 days a week. I
mean, that's what we were doing now, you know, and it's like, same client, I was doing the assessment and I was looking at it and I was like, you know what, I think some of these things, you know, I may not even have you do because I just don't feel like they really apply, you know, at the moment. We may revisit them or something, but you know, I don't need you to do this.
There's the movement 2-part, right?
Yes. Yeah. Cause that's a little bit more different,
advanced,
right? Yeah. Advanced. So there's like hanging and things like that. And I was just like, I don't really think we need to do that, you know? And I had told her too, I was like, I'm going to follow this and I'm probably going to run through everything and stuff, but you know, I may go off script if I say something, especially, you know, pronounced that I may need to focus in a little bit more on and stuff, simply just a template that I'm going to use, you know? And I think that you need to be able to do that, you know, in a session.
Yeah. Like I went off script and they're like, well, I can't walk through a mile and not feel back pain. Well, let's go walk on a treadmill. Let's see what you're doing. And then we'll correct that. And then we'll come back and sit down and we do whatever, you know, like it's okay. Everybody has different needs, different things.
Yeah. And not gonna be perfect. It's okay.
Yeah. Unlike the 90s movies of high school, they were perfect.
They were always perfect.
So last night, me and my daughter watched She's All That.
Oh, okay. Oh, which one was that?
That was one of Freddie Prinze.
Okay.
Paul Walker was in it.
Yes. I think I'm getting it mixed up with She's the
Usher.
Man. Usher. Damn. I don't
She's
think I've
the
seen
Man
that
was
one.
Amanda Bynes, where she's a soccer
Yes.
player.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's not that one.
No.
Okay.
So I was watching the movie.
That's a classic girl movie.
So apparently Lainey Boggs, she was like a painter, ugly, quote unquote, and then they make her look real pretty.
Yeah.
Right?
Hold on. What do they do? Do they take her glasses off?
Take her glasses off. They cut her hair, just certain things. That fixes her face shape. Yeah.
That's so
funny. Anyways, Paul Walker's in there.
Wow.
He's older when he's in there. And I'm
really?
I was looking at there because I was like, okay, what do you think a teenage body's supposed to look like today?
Yeah.
Pretty bulky and big and like muscular.
Yeah.
they were just like skinny dudes, like everywhere. And it was just like our level of what we expect a young man to look like has gotten unattainable.
Extreme.
And that's why these guys
extreme,
are taking steroids.
Yeah. Young. Right? Yeah. I mean, I see videos of like, 17-year-old deadlifts 580, you know, and it's like, dude, that guy looks like he's 35. Like, what the hell is going on?
It's wild. You know, and I was like, and there was a part where they were playing hacky sack and like, or he does like the hacky sack thing. And my daughter was like, what is that? I was like, oh girl, shit. You got to bring it back. Hacky sack.
That's so funny. For a little while, I think I may have said this on an old podcast, but Camille was really into watching Charmed.
Oh yeah,
and like that's like a 90s 2000s show, you know. And it was funny because
Rose McGowan.
What is her character's name in there?
I don't know.
I think we're thinking of the same person. I think it's Prue.
Yeah,
the short hair.
No. Rose McGowan was the pale one.
Fuck, I gotta look it up. Yeah. There's one of the girls I'm like, damn, she's the bomb. Alyssa Milano, obviously.
Yeah, you like that one.
We can't say no to her. Anyway, I'm going off track.
Speaking of us talking like that, right? They were talking like that in the High School movie, She's All That. Okay. And it made me think like they don't do that anymore. Like, oh, check that girl out, dude. Like, you know, in the movies anymore.
Edwin and I just stand in the hallway and that's all we do. We whistle. Oh. No, but we were watching it, and one time, you know, we were like thinking about the like beauty standards of that time. I mean, they're older, right? But it was like for the girls, it was like super, super skinny, you know, little tiny waist, and like obviously some, you know, enhancements.
Starvation.
Yeah.
Starvation with a little bit of boob job.
Yes, and then it was like the guys were just like super, like I don't know, maybe this is just subjective, right? But like. Facially, I didn't think they were very attractive, but like they were just tall and skinny. That was it. Like if you were tall and skinny, you were hot by like 90s standards. You know, like that's all it was.
It's wild, right?
Yeah,
to think the standards have changed.
Yeah.
Now you got to be like this big bulky guy or whatever. And like
I even saw a video where they were like comparing Hugh Jackman when he first played Wolverine.
Oh, dude, that was I've seen that. Yeah,
when they first played Wolverine in the original X-Men movie, and it's just like. He looked like he was.
And
they
were like,
shape.
"Oh, he looked hot."
Yeah, I know. Like that was like, dude, he was.
To me, that was attainable.
He was ripped. You know, like in the first X-Men movie, he was, you know, the perfect example of what a guy should look like at the time. And then they showed him in, I guess, the newest movie with Deadpool, and it's just like, holy shit, dude, he's like cut to the bone. You know, and it's like now we look at him and we're like, you know, like whatever. He's kind of, you know,
the old Wolverine.
He's getting old, you know, like whatever. And it's like, what the hell, dude? And I don't know. It's wild, bro.
Dude, it's wild. And then speaking of the movie, there's like these kids like beatboxing and rapping, and like my daughter was like, "This is so cool." And she was like, "Did this happen in schools?" I was like, "Yeah,
it did."
And then like we used to actually have like more free time to hang out in the hallways and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh man, that would have been so cool." I grew up in the wrong generation.
Yeah,
I was like, adulthood's not that great right now.
Oldest one or the
oldest?
Okay, yeah.
And she was just like, "Kids look like they just had fun." And it got me a little sad.
Damn.
Because think about it, they're doing like shooter drills and they have no time in between. They're told what to do all the time.
My daughter's actually mentioned that where she's like, sometimes we just want to talk and just like be friends and like laugh and do stuff. And it's like
they don't give them time to actually socialize and be kids.
Be kids, yeah. And like, you know, good example too, the other day she like told me, she was like, did you guys have like, you know, like lockdown drills? And I was like, yeah, I remember having them sometimes.
I never had lockdown.
Really?
Drill.
We would. They weren't like often,
but we got a good gap between us.
We do, yeah.
You started going when the shooting got real crazy.
Yes, yeah. And she told me, she was like, God, I get scared when they do it. Like, I'm like, what if something is actually happening? And I was like, fuck, that sucks. You know, like I don't like hearing that. That makes me sad. But then it's also like, I don't know, it's just fucking reality we live in, I guess. Like we just have to deal with that. Like, why are they just playing hacky sack, man?
Yeah, dude, hacky sack outside and like joking around. Check out this girl, bro.
Yeah, she tells me sometimes that they don't even do recess. She's like, we didn't go outside.
Bro, that's wild. I think kids need more free time.
They have to. They just
even
have
in high school and middle school.
Yeah,
I think we focus so much on academics, we forget about life is a very social thing.
I wish,
and social health actually plays a long role in your longevity.
We should have fucking recess all the way through grade school.
And maybe this is why kids are doing poorly academically, because they don't have time to spend with friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, because then they try and take it away from the time that they should be studying or doing other things, right? Because there's no designated time, so they just have to find it somewhere. And like, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, as humans, we do it.
Or they're
you know?
like killing themselves because they go from school to a sport, from a sport to orchestra.
Oh, yeah,
and then by then it's already 9 o'clock at night. They're just texting friends because they want to have some social hour.
And then
just doing
they're
too
staying
much.
up late to, you know, hang
Kids
out or
18
talk.
should have ulcers.
Dude,
It's wild.
sad.
And so when she was saying that, I was like, damn, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
And then like it made me think like, man, like the whole premise of the movie was like boys chasing girls or whatever, right? Like age old forever. And now Gen Z boys are not doing that at all.
No, because it was too scary.
And then I was thinking about like, if you look when R&B and music started really changing, I had this conversation with a client was,
you talked about this before. You can see how
it was
social.
Like how that's when it started going away. It became more about the boss bitch in like 2012, around that time frame. It started changing more. And then nothing's telling young men like, hey, go fall in love with a woman, go chase a woman. And so I think I'm talking to my son, like you have a big advantage if you just go after.
At this point,
because a lot of guys are not going after. You just got to learn how to go after the right one.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing. Not someone who's transactional.
Yeah. Which is scary, right? Because a lot of times now.
And a lot of times you see social media and you're like, oh, all these girls are just like this. There's so many girls who really want a relationship and really want a partner and really want help. What we're seeing in social media is the extremes on both ends. You know, like the whole trad wife thing, that's an extreme. And then the whole like boss bitch thing, it's another extreme. And you are letting these people control the narrative of what most people want. And that's the problem is overall, everybody wants to have a relationship for the most part. Somehow.
Yeah. Why isn't that the human condition?
We need connection.
Yeah.
We desire it. Like I desire this connection. Right now. Look at that hair. He took all my hair.
You better scoot down.
But we're so focused on like little things like money and all this other stuff.
Yeah, because you brought
right?
a good point up where you were like, nothing is out there telling young boys to go and fall in love with a woman. Everything is out there telling them, you got to go make money. You got to go be status. You got to get this car. You got to get that. Every girl wants a guy that makes 6 figures. Like, it's not even about finding love or
how do I connect with her? How do I talk to her? How do I make her laugh?
Like, I don't know.
Let's bring it back.
I don't know. Yeah, let's bring back that and hacky sex.
So my kids are like, Dad, when did you start getting Riz or whatever? When I started picking up girls, right? Because they know my history. We have open conversations and stuff. And I was like, it took me like early 20s to figure it out. And I was like, I had a girl who was like almost 6 foot, right, as a girlfriend. And I was like, what changed is me just portraying myself confident, joking around, and testing the limits. Right? Like, how far can I take this joke? Like, oh, girl, you look good. But the way you say it and how you say it
really is.
Really matters.
Yeah. You could say that, and you could say it 8 different ways and get a different reaction.
I could be like, girl, I'm going to give you so good. Like, joke around, right? Or I could say, girl, I'm going to give you good. Like, those are 2 different things, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just learning how to play the game, right? Baller. So like really they ask me all the time. And then also yesterday me and my oldest had a talk. She likes that I know a lot of science. So we just talked about menstrual cycles and like girls and boys and what things are like. And I'm like, man, dude, I would never talk to my parents about this.
Oh yeah, dude. Never, ever, ever. It's funny how, I don't know. I think this generation is doing a good job, at least, of trying to connect with their children, right? And again, not to say anything bad about the other generation or they didn't try or whatever, but like, I just see it, more now, and we can have that kind of thought of like, man, I would have never told this to my parents, and who knows, maybe they would have been open to having that conversation, but if you didn't feel comfortable,
hell no, my parents would never.
Oh hell no,
Ooh, buddy. Them open to that conversation now, they would.
Okay.
Now we're more open now with my parents.
Yeah.
Not my wife's parents. My wife's parents, not as much. But we're very open with my parents and just joking around. We even joke around like, Dad, you're not giving it to Mom. Like, she's like upset and angry or whatever. Yeah. Like, we'll joke around like that.
He's like, you just got to take 2 shots of tequila.
It comes down to just tequila.
Yeah. So it's about the tequila dosage.
The dosage. Too much, it never goes up. Just enough, it goes straight up.
It's about the least effective dose. Tequila, bro. That's so funny,
but it's just like, and You're not a bad parent if you don't have these conversations, but try to really like get to know your kids.
Yeah.
And always set boundaries. You're not just a friend, but you're also a parent. So like my kids also know, hey, when dad says clean the room. Hey,
you better get the hell up.
Dude, get it. You're gonna get it.
Yeah. And the tone matters there too, you know? You go to the register. Give him parking.
Oh, dude. Oh my God. And so we talked about social media and stuff like that. And
do I know where we're going with this?
It's gonna go
I'm
dark.
Scared.
Right now with social media, whether you're the right, left, what you're seeing is also extremes, because I talk about extremes, is we're just trying to support our side, whether they're right or wrong. And you're seeing this everywhere. So like things have recently happened and I'm just like, you are so into proving you're right versus saying both of these things are wrong. And that is the number one problem we have right now with social media. And dude, I like literally had to get off. I was like, this is like,
yeah, you were telling me that,
pissing me off. I'm just like, this is why people are feeling angst and angry, and they don't even know why they're angry. Is because they're constantly looking at this like stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because I was having a conversation with one of my clients today, and I don't really think I lean, really anyway, but we both.
Well, actually, when you stand up, you lean to your left a little bit because
you have a
your
hip
left
shift
foot, and then you anterior pelvic tilt. Just helping the audience out here with what you really lean.
It's like I definitely know like that we are on a little bit different sides, right? But we have good conversations all the time about everything, and I think we both can like understand and have a conversation. But today we were both agreeing because I don't know. I'm like, should I say it? Well, we
can talk off air about it. That way you don't call out.
No, it's not gonna be about the person. But you saw what happened to Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Yes,
the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Free speech, no.
Yeah, and we were talking about that, and we were both kind of like on the same boat about it, because I was like, I think the problem is that like there's no more like safe spaces anymore for people. So like I can't just go and watch a talk show and just laugh. I can't just go and just have a good time watching it. Like everybody's got something to say and everybody's got to say this or that, or it's got to be on this side or that side, or make a comment about this or whatever. And I do understand that these are like, they're comedians, right? And they're kind of like important, and they do.
But you're supposed to be able to make jokes about these things.
Yeah, but we should be able to make jokes about these things. But I was also like, I think the problem is that just everybody is so tired of like hearing everyone talk about everything all the time that there's no like, it's
like a decompression.
You can never turn it off. Yeah. It's like, even when I'm trying to go decompress, even the decompression show has shit that's going on about whatever, and it's like, no one is just doing anything.
Sports did it this past week.
They did some shit.
They did a moment of silence stuff.
Oh, see, and it's like,
and then you had one side talk about why did he get a moment of silence, and they got on to Colin Kaepernick, and
I'm like, can you just fucking throw the football?
I just want to fucking just watch.
Yeah. Like, dude, I don't.
Me touchdown goal,
like I don't care at the moment. It's just like there's too much happening. We see it on social media all day. It's on TV. It's on football. It's on the talk show. And it's like, yeah, like you said, no wonder people are just fucking pissed because I can't even watch my football without some shit happening. And it's.
By the way, he does not watch football.
I do not watch.
He doesn't even know what the shape of it is.
I love the ball of it. I love the foot of it. The sport of it.
It's
great. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's turn around and make this bright podcast. There's this amazing young or older gentleman. He's close to our age. He had no arms deadlifted 450 pounds. How did he deadlift it? He put straps on his body and picked it up off the ground.
What's funny is that I saw someone and they were like, I wonder how long it took them to find like the perfect length of the strap for him to do it.
Right, dude, that's crazy, right?
Yeah. But the other thing that I thought about is I was like, dude, this guy essentially like back extensioned 450 pounds.
He used his legs, bro.
He did,
He squatted it.
He did, yeah. But I was just like, you have no like lever. All of it is through the hips on that point. Yeah. There's no grip.
Bro, imagine if he had arms, he'd probably do 800.
Oh, dude, like you got no lat support, nothing. It's like straight fucking hip drive, dude. And I was like, God damn.
He must be a great guy in bed because he got that hip thrust down.
Oh shit, dude.
Put it down on you.
He's gonna do once, and she's gonna fly through the door. Poof. Just legs hanging at the drywall. He's gonna have to strap her over, so she's connected. But no, yeah, it's one of those things. It's like just incredible feats of strength and like human will, and like the ability to do things despite what do you say, like adversary? What's the word that I'm looking
Adversity?
for? Adversity. Yeah.
University.
Yeah, clearly I need to go back to university. Jesus Christ.
Adverse effects.
Oh my God.
Well, anyways, it was amazing to see.
It was
amazing.
fucking awesome. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go into studies. The first one states that one daily habit could save you from chronic pain.
Just one.
Back pain. People who walk a lot have a lot less back pain than people who do not walk much. And the volume is what matters the most, not the intensity. Mm-hmm. Walking every day could be the simplest and most effective way to prevent chronic lower back pain. A large study involving 11,000 people found that walking more, not faster, reduces the risk of developing long-term back issues. The findings show that even low-intensity walking provides protection, with participants walking over 100 minutes daily experiencing significantly lower amounts of pain.
Bro, no one has 100 minutes a day, bro.
I do all day, every day.
I think this just goes to show walking is the best form of exercise probably ever created,
I think what it shows is the reason walking is such a great exercise. It gets you moving in a way that you're supposed to be moving. Mm-hmm. It also requires blood flow to actually heal areas, and it activates every single part of your body. And it connects you to the ground. It puts joint force in proper areas to allow for your bones to grow, for your muscles to grow, for recovery purposes. Even when we're talking to athletes and we're just like, don't go running, go walk and recover. Mm-hmm. Walking just helps allow the body to recover and feel better.
Working in a PT clinic for a lot of our lower back.
Throw that in.
For a lot of the lower back patients that we had, one of the treatments at the end of it was walking on a treadmill. We'd have them walk for about 10, 15 minutes. They were in like a traction thing
to take pressure off.
Yeah. But the whole point of it was the walking, because what the walking did is it created that blood flow. It created, space in between the joints, and it allowed for healing and recovery to happen. The hips are moving, the oscillation and the kind of like gentle sort of bouncing between the spine, really, really helped with the back pain. And that was some of the people's like favorite part. They were like, do I get to do the machine today? And I was like, yeah, you'll do the machine. And it's, it's important. It's, accessible, talking about people who are sometimes wary of entering a gym or strength training because they don't know how to do this or whatever. Everybody knows how to walk, right? Yeah, everybody can do it. And there's so many benefits that come from it.
Yeah. And I feel that overall, walking does help, but there's also strength exercises that will help the back pain, right? And there's different ones. Depends how your back hurts, what's actually hurting your back. And that's where it goes back to like the nuance of everything, right? And so walking is just a part. It's a big part of it. But also think about it. If you're sitting down all day, you're putting compression on your low back all day. Yeah. And they're doing lower back. They're not even talking about like how it helps your shoulders, because you're going back and forward with your rib cage a little bit, and you're opening up and you're swinging your arms. So walking is good for that as well. All right. Next one. Being too thin can be deadlier than being overweight. A Danish study reveals researchers also shows that some people in normal weight range are more likely to die than those overweight category, and even some of those in living with obesity. New research in Denmark had long-held assumptions about body weight health, revealing that body weight or being overweight or even moderately obese does not necessarily increase the risk of death compared to those at the upper end of normal BMI range. In fact, those who are underweight or at the lower end are so-called healthy spectrum faced higher risk. Obese children passing. Oh, that's for different later.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think what this is showing that even though if you're overweight, you're probably moving a lot of weight and you're creating like strength training in your joints. That's why when you see a lot of overweight people that have like bigger calves, think about how much more blood flow they have to pull. I'm not saying it's healthy by any means.
Sure.
But also someone who's underweight is probably not moving, right? They're not moving because they're not eating. And the only form they're doing is walking, if anything. And it's probably not that much.
And like, I don't think we really think often about how being underweight, extremely underweight, puts you at such a large risk of injury.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
because nothing recovers.
And not being strong is probably one of the worst things that you could be, not being able to support yourself, small accidents or things that would have been brushed off by anybody else are now, detrimental injuries. And that's why we see so many like older individuals, right? As they get older and they start to lose more weight and all these things, like they deteriorate faster. They're more prone to breaking bones, falling, all those things, you know?
And I wish doctors would sometimes say like, I want you to lose weight, but make sure you're strength training. Make sure you're lifting so that you keep your joints strong.
Yep. Yeah.
Like that is a big component when you especially get older. I mean, having someone who is a little older and they're like, I couldn't even carry a milk jug. Now I can carry 2 milk jugs and walk with it and not hurt anymore. And a lot of it just comes down to those little things. And it really made me think it's crazy that the first time in history, obese children have passed underweight children.
Like in population?
Population.
Oh, wow.
And it just shows you like we have an abundance of food and we got to make sure we're moving more, we're getting stronger more. And a part of the going back to She's All That and the body types, the reason kids are a little bit bigger and muscular is because there's more consumption of food.
Yeah, that's fair.
Overall. Yeah. And so they're just able to get better diets. Like what kids know today, I had no clue until later in life.
Yeah.
And I think working out saves you. And we've done other studies before, even like obese individuals, blood work who work out versus don't work out makes a huge difference. So you have to work out. You have to move regardless.
Yeah. Whether you're losing weight, whether your goal is to deadlift this much or whatever, like I just need you doing something.
Whether it's shoulder pressing 1,000 pounds like this.
Or if you do 5 squats a day.
5 squats a day.
Everything matters, man. Yeah.
Everything matters. All right, guys, if you like what we're doing, we're on Apple, Spotify. You can rate and review us. Check out our app on the app stores. Then if you're looking for YouTube, leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, hit up Edwin. Website, strengthsolutionspodcast.com. Free blogs, free guides, and programs for purchase. strengthsolutionspodcast@gmail.com if you want to email us future fitness questions or you want us to go over a certain thing. And social media, Strength Solutions Podcast. I'm Strength Solutions Edwin.
Strength Solutions Nathaniel.
Peace out. This guy's little.